Now, some tips when you're working on your double strokes, okay? That's one of the coolest things about being in a drum line is you get to play really fast notes. There are some 3 strategies I teach to help you build up your double strength to be able to play some fast doubles and to have them sound good as well, okay? What some young players do, especially when they start learning how to play doubles, or they're trying to make doubles happen in their playing, what they tend to do is squeeze at the fulcrum and just let the stick bounce. Sure, you can get doubles that way, okay? You can make doubles happen, but big problems with that, okay? Number one, they aren't strong, right? There's no intensity, no velocity behind those notes. Okay, and second is, well, actually 3 problems. Second one is your fingers are coming off, right? Just from a visual standpoint, it doesn't look unified with everybody else in the drum line. Okay, and the third problem is there is no control of the rhythm that you are playing. Okay, when we play doubles, it's not just a sticking thing, not just, oh, I'm gonna play a double here with no regard for what rhythm we're creating. Okay, it's always we are playing a certain rhythm with those doubles, and we want to make sure we're being as mathematically perfect as possible. So here are my strategies to help you develop stronger doubles. Okay, there's 3 of them. We're going to start with this one, and this is going to help us develop our wrist muscles to be able to stroke out those doubles. Depending on the speed at which we have to play doubles, we use different muscle groups. For slower doubles, we use a lot of wrist. Faster doubles, we use more finger. Okay, so we're gonna first focus on our wrist development. So what you need is a surface with no rebound, such as a pillow or a blanket. Something that when the stick falls on it, it doesn't bounce. It just plops right down. That's going to eliminate this habit of dropping the stick in to get doubles out of them. It's going to force you to stroke out each of those notes, okay? So just set a metronome to a slow tempo and play, call it 16th notes, but as double strokes. Right, try to make sure all the notes sound the same, your stick heights are the same, and then gradually, if you can do that for a minute, set a timer. Do it for a minute. If that was easy, you don't feel a burn yet, crank up that metronome. If after a minute you still don't feel a burn, crank it up. Okay, until you can really get those doubles going. And again, we want quality, not speed. Okay, so making sure that all those notes sound exactly the same and you're getting a clear rhythm. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3. Okay, so surface with no rebound, that's step 1. Okay, step 2. This will help develop our finger speed for faster doubles. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is turn your sticks backwards so the butt of the stick is down here by your hands, and we're going to hit the stick on our forearm. Okay, hold the stick flat as if you were playing on a drum, and do the same thing that we did with the pillow. Start on, crank up the metronome nice and slow, and we want those same rhythms. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Notice how my wrist isn't moving really, not much, but my fingers are making that stick move, right? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Okay, turn up the metronome a little faster if you can do that for a minute with good quality. Notice I'm keeping all my fingers wrapped around. I'm not just using my middle finger. Okay, I don't have any control that way, right? I want to keep all my fingers wrapped around. I'm using all of those fingers to help me stroke out those doubles with my fingers, okay? So that's the second way to do it. Remember, start slow, good sound quality, good rhythmic accuracy, right? 1E into 2E into 3E into 4E into. If you don't hear that, you need to take it slower. And the third way to develop some double speed is to go now onto a drum or a flat surface that does have some rebound. And I think of the song, it's called the Hey Song. Bum, 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 and so the whole time the drums are just going. So that's all it is. Now I would do for a minute off my right hand. I'll be your mirror. So here's my right hand, and I would play that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and depending on the speed, it's a combination of wrist and fingers. But no matter what, I'm not just dropping it in. I'm actually stroking it out. And what that song is called the Hey Song. And what that song does is it puts the second note of the double, bum, 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 bum. It puts that second note with a little more emphasis. So that's going to force us to try to stroke out that second note even more to make it nice and strong. Versus not ba-bum, 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 but it's actually the opposite. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. The second note is a little stronger. Okay, so that's going to help us really stroke out that second note, and so our doubles can be nice and strong. So I'm thinking of that song in my head. Bum, 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 ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-bum. So I do that for a minute. Switch hands. After a while, after a minute, both hands. Okay, if you can get that tempo, keep it steady, always practice with the metronome. Okay, if you can do that for a minute, right, left, both hands for a minute, so that's 3 minutes total, and that's feeling solid, and you're not starting to tense up, okay, then you can crank that tempo a little faster. Eventually, it'd be great to be able to play it where our doubles speed would match, our chicken and a roll speed or a triplet diddle speed. So something like this. Right? And so at that speed, I'm using a little more finger, a little less wrist. So it gradually changes. As we speed up, our heights get lower. We add a little more finger there. So 3 ways to develop your rolls, to develop your double strokes, right? Pillow or a blanket. Wrist. Second way, fingers on your forearm. Right? Take it slow. And the third way, think of that song, the Hey Song. Google it, YouTube it. It's called the Hey Song. H-E-Y, the Hey Song. And play along with that. Slow tempo, gradually speed it up until you can chop it out for 3 minutes, okay? And then you will have stronger doubles, right? The faster you can get with those, the stronger your doubles will sound. Easier it'll be to play our exercises that involve rolls, okay? So hope that was of some use to you, and keep practicing. Use a met.